this kind of brings me to my next question in terms of what advice do you have for those? I think this is a really important thing, at least for me in my world, just knowing I see literally I have experience to both sides. What advice do you have for those who are afraid of speaking out in fear of saying the wrong thing?
Don't be afraid of in fear of saying the wrong thing. Speak your truth. If you genuinely care, if you genuinely want to, if you're genuine, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you are empathetic to what's going on and want to see a better tomorrow, just speak your truth. Don't go about a way where you just try to do all extra shit. Just educate yourself, figure out what's going on, and then speak your truth and try to educate your friends as best as possible, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is, because the thing is, it's a pattern, that not a pattern, but it's something that you just got to install one at a time. You got to plant the seed
Exactly.
inside yourself. You got to be the change you want to see in your world, type of thing.
Exactly.
That's
And
it.
I think, for me, what it was is once I heard this comment about, oh, don't you think this happens to ghetto white people? And I was literally like, no, what the fuck? Like, literally, no, you literally do not know what white privilege is. Like, you have no idea what that color of your skin literally buys you in this world. So I think for me, the most important thing is I'm glad that person asked me that question. I was able to raise that point to them, and I gave them examples. I ended up sending them like videos online of what it looked like when the white protesters were protesting against COVID, yelling and screaming at police, nothing happening, versus black people peacefully protesting, getting tear gas and rubber bullets shot at them. So I'm glad that that question was asked. So my whole thing is advice to people who are afraid of speaking out is to ask questions. And to those of us answering questions, try not to get frustrated with people for asking questions that you might think are stupid, such as that
Mhm.
one I just said. Or that are common knowledge. This is why I feel it's very important for the Black community to have allies such as myself, because the Black community has every right to be frustrated. Like, don't get me wrong, they have every single right to be frustrated and want to hit their head on a fucking wall when someone says, what the fuck, this has been happening for this long, or I'm sure this happens to white people too. And that's where us allies should be stepping in to help educate these folks as well, because that might, those questions might be further frustrating the Black community. And I think another big thing is mental health of the Black community at this point in time, constantly seeing people like you getting killed on TV, and then having people ask you these questions that you're deeming insensitive, which you have every right to feel that way. So I think it's important to have allies who are there to educate as well, and just to not make the Black community feel like there's literally no hope when people are coming to you with questions like, well, I'm sure it happens to ghetto white people. The last thing I would say to those people is there was a post that recommended things to watch to really understand, and When They See Us was on there. I've personally watched it. I'm pretty sure you've watched it. And I think that's a really good recommendation to really understand, because that's also from an old, like, it's from years ago. So I think that will really help people understand that how long it's been happening. Obviously it's been happening since before then, but I think that would really help people as well. So that's my advice to those.
And at this time, I'm seeing a lot of in-house fighting amongst Black people themselves, getting at one another over frivolous things. To be honest with you,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, what are we arguing with?
Yeah.
What type of shit is this? And I mean, I seen. Let's go back to. I mean, I don't know if you ever heard of these guys, Desi Banks, the comedian.
I heard their names, yeah.
Yeah, and B Simone.
Mm-hmm.
Desi had put out like the same thing. See, even right now, it's like people are just, just going off at anything that just doesn't, I guess, hit them right.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If it just doesn't sound right, if it doesn't incite like violence or chaos or anything like that, or if it's just stopping the movement, or not even if it's trying to correct the movement, it's like, nah, man, you're not on our side. You get exodus and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. So I see Desi puts up a picture of just, this is what protesting, this is what looting is, and people are like, nah, bro, you should have just. People are just, I don't know what the fuck is going on with people. People just want to cancel everybody right now. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And I say that to say this. I'm also seeing other people like exposing private DMs they have with other people on the internet.
I've
I'm
seen
seeing
that, yes. I
I'm
saw that.
seeing I'm seeing other people uh uh I guess reach for some racism shit.
Mm-hmm.
And like I remember we she works at Vibe, like Vanessa. I seen her She had posted something
Why'd you call her by her name?
It's just on the internet, bro.
I
Like,
know I know exactly
yeah,
what you're
she
talking about
had
because
posted something.
I was reading it yesterday.
So I looked at it and I read it and I'm like, damn, where's the racistness? I didn't see goddamn nothing. And then she replied back going like, everything she replied back was not in the picture that she posted.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, bro, what do we do? And he might be a racist. God, that he might. But that picture that you did not help his case, did not help your case whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, he sounds like he might sound like a dickhead or insensitive,
ignorant. Yeah,
but like I did not see anything racist. Like you said, Vanessa B for black. If outside looking in, I might is black your last name?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but like, yeah, I mean they're trying to get him the fuck out of here. And I seen another one.
Mm-hmm.
Some guy posted some private DMs with some white girl, and she's talking about, oh, that's not my views. I don't know where that came from. Please delete. And then the dude ended up deleting it because she said she was getting like death threats and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I'm like, she got like 3,000 followers. Ain't nobody trying to like case and pretend it's her. Like it was her. It was her.
Yeah.
I looked at her. It was her. But yeah. All in all, it's a lot of people exposing and people just whining. It's like it's just people in a weird way, in a sad way. It's people are getting pleasure from just purging and just dismantling just people around them. And I think that we're losing. I mean,
losing sight of the bigger picture.
I think so. So it's like people are just like, let's just fuck it. We can't take down the system. Let's take down one another type of shit. Let's take down the next person, the closest person to us.
I don't know if I would say people are losing sight of the bigger picture because of that, because I feel like if they think they can't, like the system is too big to start with, they're going to start taking them down one by one and holding the corporations that hire these people and things like that accountable.
Yeah, I can understand the corporations, but like, hey, bro, like let's get down to corporations.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Let's dismantle corporations. Like you tell me that Becky don't fuck with like N-words. Like I don't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and every time someone posts like their address or like their information, it's like, what do you want us to do? What do you want to do?
I get what you're saying, because then it's like exposing them. It's like if they don't fuck with us, why would you want to force them to fuck with us? Because exposing them is kind of like trying to make them backtrack on what they said. It's like, oh,
I'm not looking for an. I mean,
because you don't want someone to fake fuck with you.
Yeah, it's like if someone's racist. So I remember hearing this in America, like when people are up for racist with you, and you can appreciate that because at least you know who don't fuck with you, right? And for me to say that is like, at least I know who I don't fuck with you. You don't gotta say sorry. If you white, you good.
Yeah.
If you white, you'll be all right. Like you good. Like you can be racist and still maneuver through the North America, at least, or even in Europe, you can maneuver being racist and still have a good living. So it's like me pretending not to be racist. I don't get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I hear you.
I mean, it's not even like I'm mad or anything. Is we speak on race a lot. We speak on everything a lot. And it's like this time everything's just amplified tenfold where everyone is just like angry. Or maybe fake angry, or just want to see like the downfall of their fellow man, even if during this time where we're trying to uplift each other and we shouldn't even try to take down each other. It's like, your brother, what you said was wrong, but we'll forgive you, but our bigger goal is over here. Like none of that kumbaya shit amongst each other. Fuck all of that, taking down everybody.